Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Lois and welcome back to Stoneblock 3. In the last episode, there is a bee above us. In the last episode, we started with auto crafting from refined storage. We have two basic systems, one to use the redstone furnace we have, and one to just craft up whatever we want. And it's gonna be fantastic. Auto crafting is amazing, and we're gonna use a lot of that later. Right now, we're still kind of getting things set up and figured out. I still don't know exactly where I want stuff and how I want things to be placed, and so this room is probably gonna become a lot of like machines and whatnot. We'll kind of figure that out as we go. Hey, we got some goodies. Do I not have my magnet on? I do not have my magnet on. Alright, let's have the magnet on. Actually, no, we don't want it on right now. I forgot. Don't want to pick things up off of our processing system, which is currently opened up. The reason being is we're gonna deal with this today. It is going too slow, but if I speed it up any, this import interface can't keep up. So we need to do something about that. And so that's what we're going to do first of all. So I made some improved processors. Let's go ahead and just dump all this stuff in here. We have the hopper botany pots, and I picked up a crafting table, some shafts. We'll get the, I guess the farms started that direction here soon-ish. But for now, what we need to do is we need to make a stack upgrade. And I'm also going to make a speed upgrade. Now these are pretty easy. They require a bunch of quartz enriched iron, a lot of sugar, and some glass, and then improved processor. So I have everything together. So we should be able to just, if we get, I don't know, a bunch of quartz enriched iron, let's do a stack. That should be easy enough for our system to handle. We're going to make 5 of these. And then we're going to want some sugar. Is there a better way to get sugar than, I mean, we can mill it for a chance for a little bit extra, crushing for a little bit extra. You know what? I don't think I care enough. Hopefully 50 sugar is enough. So we need speed upgrades. We're going to get 5 of these. And then we're going to turn 4 of these into a stack upgrade. So this should help quite a bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to speed this guy up. So we're going to need to click and hold. We're going to go up to 30. And so items are going to come in a lot faster, and then it's going to stop because this thing just can't handle that. So if we put a speed upgrade, it's going to go faster. If we put a stack upgrade, it's going to pick up more stacks. So we could probably even go faster than this. This is currently using 56 RF per tick. The question is, because I can't remember, and I don't know if I can see it. Man, this is so terrible. Let's see. That is lava. Let's grab some stone so we can clean up our mess. So I guess if we just pop down right here. Let's just kind of have a bit of a hole so we can... Okay. So I know where I need to go. We need to come down here. And I guess let's break this and this. Alright, so there is a machine right here. I want to know, it is producing 48 per tick. So we are actually losing power. Slowly. So let's see. 48 per tick. Let's go down to like 25. Let's do 20. So that's twice as fast as it was before. And it's going to speed up a lot of these belts. Not all of them, though. But a good number. However, we can't. This is the struggles with all of this stuff. All right, we can't do that, but it is good to still have it. We'll figure things out with that later. Let's go ahead and clean this up just a little bit. So we should have a bunch of ore in here now. If I can type on the right place. No, where is the ore going? It should be going into the system. Let's see. Yep, there is. Oh, it's called raw. It's just raw. So yeah, we unfortunately have some raw materials coming through. So what we need to do is, if we want to do something like that, we need to have this belt specifically somewhere else. So, you know, can I... If this gets crushed, what happens? Nothing major. Okay. We'll go ahead and just dump that stuff in there. It'll crush it. I don't know that it will go the correct way. Actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Because it's probably not going to work. We are going to get nuggets of experience, which is kind of cool. So let's just stand here for a moment. And if you wash the lead, you basically, this is ore doubling, which is cool, but I don't really care too much. So we'll just manually smelt this stuff up. We'll use our furnaces, and yeah, I'll have to figure out a way to kind of make that a little bit better. We could always just kind of forget about this whole system, but I do like the auto smelting of it. So I don't know. I guess the only thing we could do, I don't know if there is anything that can limit the speed of a belt. This is the one that we need to kind of worry about, because it's time sensitive, basically. So enough talk. The upgrades are going to be great regardless. Make sure that the interface can pick up everything. We are going to get a lot of items over time, and it's going to be good to have all of it. So let's just make sure there's no more raw, or I guess crushed is the other. Perfect. And we'll go ahead and just have some stuff smelting up. Alright, so what is the plan for today? Well, the main thing I want to work on is, well, this. We need to get to the Nether. And we have dug out to about 200 blocks out. According to the quest book, the Nether is about 1,000 blocks out. So we're maybe a quarter of the way there. And I really, really, really don't want to have to dig my way there by hand. So we're going to get creative. Specifically, we're going to use Create to kind of deal with that. So what we are going to need is, we're going to need a deployer. We're going to need some mechanical drills. We're going to need 9 of those. Bet you can't guess what they do. We're going to need a cart assembler. And that's pretty much it. So I was also looking at tinkers, by the way. At some point, we are going to make a tinker's hammer, because we can get that to be a 5x5. We'll play around with that another time, but we need to get nether stuff to do much of anything. So we are also going to need some super glue. Super glue is actually pretty easy to get. We just need an iron plate. And let's start grabbing some of the stuff that we need. So card assembler, we can just go ahead and make. We are going to need 1 of those. We're going to need a bunch of these. So we're going to need alloy. Not how you spell alloy. We're going to need 9 of these. And we're going to need some more andesite alloy. Just make As much as we can. Cool. I will have to go mine a lot of andesite at some point. But this should be enough. So we're going to need some logs. And I don't think we have enough. Alright, you can stop growing that. And yeah, we don't have enough wood right now. Oof. That's not good. Let's go ahead and get some stuff going. So, we're going to need a deployer. We're going to need none of that stuff. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to make an automated system to go mine for us. It is a pretty cool thing. I did test this out in a test world, and it worked pretty nicely. So that's what we're going to do. Let's just get these guys taken care of. And so there is the 9 of those. Now, can we make 9 mechanical drills? We should be able to. Perfect. We're going to need super glue. And that should be enough. I'm going to keep the super glue on there just in case. And then we're going to need a deployer. So we're going to need 1 more log. And I don't have any more wood. We're going to need andesite alloy. We are going to need an electron tube. So we need rose quartz. Oh man, one of these days I will automate that. Do we have any sandpaper? No. Do I have sandpaper in here? No. Do I have sandpaper anywhere? That is a question. And the answer is looking like a no. I believe it's just sand and paper, right? So let's just go ahead and make that. Yes, sandpaper. Perfect. So let's get this thing going. It is fairly easy to automate the rose quartz, but that is something that we're going to have to deal with. I need another piece of iron, at least. What's the brass hand? And brass. Okay, we're going to need 4 brass. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, I have a log here. Perfect. Let's get the brass going. We can get our log. Perfect. And then we'll just need the iron and everything will be great. So the other things that we're going to need is rails. We're going to need a lot of rails. Specifically, we're going to need about 750. Yeah, that sounds like a good number. That number might seem oddly specific because we're going to need a rail for every single block that we want to mine. So what we are going to do is we're going to make a handful of rails. We're not going to make all of them. But let's go ahead and finish making the deployer. So brass hand and then the deployer. Perfect. This is basically all we need. We are going to need some sort of block that looks relatively nice. And we're going to need a chest. What kind of block do we want to use? Do we have anything cool looking? We have some dark prismarine. We're going to need a little bit more than that. Not much more, but just a little bit. Stone bricks. We can do better than stone bricks. Blocks of zinc. I mean, we could use blocks of metal, because why not? We don't need that many. So, I think 8 is more than enough. We are going to need rails. Now, we can make more rails with osmium. How much osmium do we have? We have a good bit of osmium. Let's do a little bit more than this. And one more. All right, that actually no, one more recipe's worth. That gives us what, 6 stacks. 6 stacks of rails. Now we're also going to need some coal, and we are going to need everybody's favorite item in the game, not a minecart, but a Furnace Minecart. We're also going to need a piece of redstone and a lever, or a button, or something. Some sort of redstone activation-ish stuff. Do we have anything just lying around? Of course not. Okay, let's just make a lever. And it's easier to do it this way. Alright, so I think we have pretty much everything we need. So we are going to grab our TempPad, because this lets us teleport. Run program, dungeon, teleport. I don't know why it was blocked out, but it was. So that's the actual dungeon. I want to come down here to where our tunnel is. And we're actually going to make another location here. Man, that dungeon was very high up. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a minecart contraption, as they're called. So if we ponder the cart assembler, you can make movable structures with minecarts, and they work really nicely. I've tested this out, and you can make basically a structure that moves and operates based on a minecart. Now it is a little bit finicky to get started. The specific design that I'm doing. We're also going to have one other problem, which I could easily fix, but I don't really want to. I don't care enough to fix it. It's not going to place torches for us. That is kind of the only problem. We're going to just put a torch here. We could have it do that. I do want to use the TempPad, set a new location, tunnel bore start. And we're just going to add the location right there. Okay. So, we need to place down a rail. And honestly, this is probably still too far. Let's start it here. So this should be fine. And then we are going to want some redstone. We're going to want another rail. This. And the cart assembler. Now it is facing that way. I guess we don't really need the redstone, do we? We just need to power this. This needs to be powered, but that'll be important in a little bit. So what we need to do is we need to place a block here and a block here. We will put our deployer here. We want this to face downwards. Perfect. And then we're also going to tell it that it can only be filtered with rails. So that is really important. And then we are going to put block here, and then we're going to place our mechanical drills. So basically, like, I guess we're gonna have to do this way. It is fairly cramped, but it's okay. You know, nope. Let's not go that side. Let's go this side. And there are our 9 mechanical drills. Now, what mechanical drills do is pretty simple. They drill forward. Now we need to glue all this stuff together. So that's what the super glue is for. And I believe we can just click this guy. Click all of those. Those are now glued. And then this. We actually need to place down a chest. You know, we'll put the chest right here. It is not structurally sound. I don't care. So we need to click this, and that, and just make sure everything is attached. Alright, so that all should be attached together. Now, we put some coal in here. We put some rails in here. And that is literally it. We need one coal to begin with. And we're going to place a bonus rail right here, just to hopefully make sure it works. So I'm going to explain what this is going to do. We're going to put a Furnace Minecart right here. When I give this fuel, it is going to go through here, and it is going to attach this entire structure, which is all super glued together. This block... Oh, right, this is the version where they break apart together. This block is glued to this block, and all these blocks are glued together. Now, what is it going to do? Well, it is going to use the mechanical drill to drill a 3x3 tunnel. And the blocks that it breaks are going to go back in the chest. So we might want another chest. Might be a good idea. You know what? Let's let's be brave. I have an iron sword. Let's head up to the dungeon that's up here. And it seems pretty quiet. I am on normal difficulty, so things should spawn. But let's come up here and see if there's any chests. And if there are, we can steal the contents. Apologies for having to do this, but we'll grab another chest just so that we have extra storage space. This is only going to go as far as it has coal and rails. I don't know if it works well with chunk boundaries, loaded chunks and all that. I don't think it will, but there's a chance that it will load it. I don't know. We'll figure that one out. But it's going to do all the mining for me, and that's the important thing. So this is not quite where I want to be. We got to go further up. This is still too low. Alright. Cool. Let's light the rest of this area up. There are some chests. A skeleton spawner. I don't really care. Let's go ahead and break it. And... cool. So we have an empty chest. Perfect. Is this also an empty chest? More or less. Is there anything in here? No? Okay. So things can still spawn up there, I do believe. But that's fine. Okay. So I will keep the andesite. We'll do that just to block things. Alright, so we have a chest. We have a bonus chest. And like I said, we're just going to have this on for storage, because as the drills break the blocks, they will store every block it breaks. Now, in this world, it is going to be almost exclusively stone. So it's going to give us cobblestone. Lots of cobblestone. Now, the deployer's job is it will place a Minecraft rail every time it moves in front of it, and it will keep the track going so that it constantly builds the track that the minecart's going to go on. And that's it. We supply coal. The create contraption will automatically feed the coal into the minecart furnace, and that should be everything. So let's see if I did everything correct. that was not, on. Okay. Third time's the charm. Oops. So there is... Alright, it is on. Now we can just let it go. So that is our mining bore. And the neat thing is if I ever want to, I can just pick it up. We can look at the chest. It is storing everything. It is placing things. And then what I can do is, I don't know how this will work if I go away from here. I guess we could always find that out. I'm going to put a torch where it was, and then we're going to teleport fairly quickly. Now, it is going to, unfortunately, where did my teleporter go? It is unfortunately going to leave a dark tunnel, but of things that are terrible and things I don't really care about, that's pretty up there. So it's fine. The big thing is I don't have to mine it, and we can pick this up. We can use this again. But the neat thing is I never have to worry about making that contraption again, because we can just pick it up. We can just pick it up with the wrench, no problem. And I can also always just, you know, break all of these with Utilimine. And when it runs out of rails, we just do that. And then we can come back and do it again. So presumably this thing will just go off into the sunset until it runs out of rails, which it has a lot of rails. It is going to have the issue of it might fill up with cobblestone, but it's cobblestone. I don't really care. It's not the end of the world. There's a much bigger thing that it's going to potentially encounter. It is at -60 though, so we're gonna go over top a terrible dungeon. Maybe that's something we can do next time. So I am gonna let this thing run as much as I can. Like I said, we can always just grab up all of these rails, and it's already gone pretty far, and it's not been that long. So this is gonna work really well. And I'm gonna use it. So hopefully we can get to the Nether soon. The big reason we want to get to the Nether is lots of netherrack. We can use netherrack to get a couple of things. We can crush it into cinder flour. I don't know that that's useful, but we can not crush it, but where is it? We can hammer it into crushed netherrack to get netherite. Ancient debris scraps that we can then possibly can be melted to salvage. And so we melt it into 1 nugget of molten debris, and then that we can cast into netherite scraps with an ingot worth. So it is, wow, I can't even see it. Can I see it on the map? I can. Alright, so it is at, I do wonder if it like has frozen. Because obviously the way Minecraft works, only certain areas can be loaded, and when it reaches an area that is unloaded, I don't know what happens. It might stop, it might break, and honestly, not the end of the world. Is it still working? It is. It is just constantly going. Alright. So let's really quickly teleport home. And I do want to see what happens. We're going to need more torches. So, sticks and coal. Now, I believe there are chunk loaders, but chunk loading upgrade. Yeah, there is a chunk loader from Create, but it requires a nether star. Don't really want to do that. And wither skeleton skulls, which I'm not entirely sure how I can get that. Just at least right off the bat. So wither skeletons. Yeah, that is a question right now. So we're not gonna worry about that for now. And I've tried to kill enough time to maybe this can only be used every couple of minutes, but I'm gonna let the tunnel bore do its thing. So there is a gigantic thing, there is a bigger, so there is more than just the stone dungeons, unless that is a stone dungeon. And does this talk about, I do wonder if this is what's called the stone dungeon, and these are just larger of these. Not sure, but if I have to kind of hang out with the tunnel bore, it's not the end of the world. It's not going to be terrible. Let's put the zinc back. We can put all this stuff back away. Super glue we are going to keep on us because why not? Might be useful. And yeah, so that is, I think, a good place to stop for today's episode. We have a tunnel bore. We are going to get to the nether at some point. And I might look into making, what kind of armor do we have? We have mixed armor. Let's go ahead and make, I think we might see about taking on this dungeon next time, or at least jumping into it and seeing what's there. So that'll be the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!